Hey everyone, it's Jon Edlin with another Tuesday Tornado Tips. I'm really excited to be here on June 16th with Patrick Jenkins. Patrick Jenkins and I go way back. We were college roommates, and he's here today to tell a little bit about what it was like after he heard that I was hit by a tornado. Patrick, thanks for being here.
Hey, appreciate you inviting me up.
Well, I don't always invite people, and you were at the top of my list because we just go
I'm
way
your only
back.
friend.
Well, that too. Yes. So tell me, what it was like when you heard that I was hit by a tornado.
Man, it was crazy, right? We were just talking about a little bit, because it was a crazy time in the world. I had just moved back from China. I was in lockdown for 3 months and transitioning back to living stateside. COVID happened. I don't have a new number yet. Like we're like a new US phone number. And so syncing up. But the last memory I had stayed with you the summer before in your house, slept in your son's bed. He wasn't there.
No, yeah. The family was gone.
Yeah.
They were doing a trip and you came over, slept in the actual room that got completely torn.
Right. And then finding out and seeing the pictures of your house destroyed, I was like, oh my God, because it was past the point where it's not like, hey, can I help you?
Right.
Because it's,
I couldn't get in touch with you forever.
But it was also just like, geez, dude, this is insane.
Yeah.
And are you okay? What's going on? How can I not offer you immediate assistance, but long-term, what's next? How do you rebuild your life from there?
Yeah. And I remember even just texting friends or trying to figure out to reach out to people kind of like you who honestly weren't even around to even see the news.
Right.
Now, the tornado was, 63 miles and it was in downtown Nashville. So it got a lot of news coverage. And unfortunately, it got a lot of news coverage because it went through, a town and killed 25 people. And so, there were a lot of people texting me saying, oh my gosh, I just heard about the Nashville tornado. Are you okay? Expecting me to text back and say, yeah, we're fine. But instead I sent them that picture.
Yeah.
Now for you, it was more like we finally connected after that long time that you were away and sent you those pictures. You see those. And then as you start to think what questions to send a tornado survivor,
right.
What's appropriate, what's not.
So immediately I was like, so are we going to see Twister when it comes out?
Right. Which we did. We saw Twisters together. That was awesome.
But in that vein, again, I'm not thinking of, and maybe it's how my brain's wired. I'm not thinking of the immediate physical needs. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking of emotional, psychological, how would I be feeling after I just lost my cars, my house, kids don't know what, I'd be overwhelmed with just the sheer weight of life in the midst of a pandemic as well. And so I think that's immediately where my thoughts went. And I think that's what I was most curious about. Dude, how are you recovering from this?
Yeah.
Putting myself in your shoes, knowing that I don't know if I would be able to recover, it's a really weighty thing.
I feel like there's not a lot of people who think about the mental aspect of it. And you obviously are one of those who do that. And in fact, I remember after the tornado, I would drive to work and drive back before the tornado all the time, just listening to audible books about business. But I couldn't, after the tornado, I could not process all of the business stuff because I was just one, it doesn't matter. I just went through this traumatic thing.
Yeah.
I need something that's chill. And I remember telling you over the phone, I need to just listen to something chill. Do you have any book recommendations?
Yeah. And I had just dropped out of grad school. And the thing that I went to when I dropped out of grad school, I just went to Barnes and Noble. And it was what's your top fantasy book? And having not read fantasy since middle school, reading The Hobbit or something like that, I just wanted something so drastically different from reading dry theological literature. It's just take my mind away. And so when you said that, I was like, dude, I've got the series for you because I just read this book the year before and it helped me. And so I was like, would you be willing? And I was like, you might shut me down and think, you're a giant nerd. But I was like, would this be interesting to you? And you were like, yeah. And it was really enjoyable for me because I didn't have anything. I was stuck in my house, and yeah, we would call, what was it, like once a week or
Yeah,
something like
once
that?
a week. Yeah, and when you first said it, because it's Brandon Sanderson, and it's just the light
Stormlight
Stormlight Archives, and you say that over the phone. I was like,
Yeah.
immediately, I was like,
what happened to my
nerd?
friend?
No, I don't want to do this. But I knew deep down, I was like, I needed something like that.
Yeah.
And so I said yes, and every chapter I was confused and all that.
Yeah.
But then we would get on the phone, you'd be like, no, it's because of this, and you would help me understand it. And it really did. It helped calm my nervous system. And instead of driving into work feeling stressed, I drove into work feeling relaxed.
Yeah. Because I think, I mean, at least for me, it gives you, there's just like this like simple truth that was able to reveal like in fiction. It's not like a super technical read by any means, but you're able to relate to the characters that are going through. I mean, and I think Sanderson does a good job with like dealing with depression and anxiety and sorts of other mental issues where you're able to connect with him. Like, dude, that's my guy.
Yeah.
And it's able to give you like that simple like level of wisdom.
Yeah.
At least it was for me. And I was like, maybe this will help you out. And you pretended like it did.
No, it absolutely did. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining me. This will kind of wrap up our Tuesday tornado tips for today. But just a reminder that even when you're hundreds of miles away from somebody who is going through a traumatic event, I would just say reach out, see how you can help them, come alongside of them. It might be just doing a book club together. It may be mentioning, hey, like you've gone through a lot. Like, would it be helpful just to watch a movie or to read a fiction book or something to help calm your nervous system? That's what Patrick did for me all those years ago. And it's helped me be able to move on and to teach people about tornadoes, because now I feel good and can help others feel good as well.